The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
I did go a little hard on Mother's Day on Friday, but rightly so. I think Mother's Day was a bit of a washout for most people. It was just crap. How are you guys? Good morning.
All right. Why? What did Mother's Day go the way you wanted it to yesterday?
Oh, I know. It just rained. I just wanted to have a nice sunny day, and it just rained.
Did you get
So
the
I
jet
just
ski
ordered
out?
everyone around.
No jet ski?
No, I would have slipped off. I would have drowned under the rain.
Yeah.
It was just gross.
Yeah, I'm over. I'm completely over the wet weather as well.
It's just like hampering our weekends. Wah! I'm having a wah. What did you do, Luttsy? Did you do anything good with your mum?
I went over to Brad's. It wasn't too bad here. I think it rained early and then it was pretty good throughout the afternoon. Went to my brother's, Mum got some prawns from somewhere.
Like a family lunch deal.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's nice.
Oh, we went on Saturday to a German restaurant because we knew the weather was going to
I
be a
saw
bit
that.
crap.
Was that one up at Mullaney or whatever, was it?
Yes, we went to the one up at Mullaney.
I love that joint.
Except when we were looking at the bill afterwards,
What?
I couldn't believe the
What?
person's name that was serving us. When you go to a German
It was
restaurant,
Adolf,
Mullaney-
wasn't it?
It was.
Oh my God! Really?
I think I've had him.
Yes, he's German.
Yeah.
Who calls
I
their
just-
kid Adolf if you're German?
I don't know.
Like I thought that name was just kind of rubbed out.
Just get
Yeah,
retire
yes.
it.
Retired it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it's alive and well.
That's
Yeah,
a
I had
terrible
good
burden
sausage.
to put on a young child. How do you do that to a young child, like a baby boy?
Particularly living in,
Yeah.
another country.
Thing is, he's probably an angel. He was probably like the best kid ever. Maybe they did it to
He
make
kind of
him.
need to be.
Yeah, you do. You need to compensate.
It was so boring as a child.
Like all the kids out there called Donald at the moment are working hard as well.
Yeah, well, at least that's, you got a Bradman reference there.
Yeah,
The
true.
great Don.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
I did
That's
flirt-
true.
I did
There is
flirt
that
with
too.
that as an idea for one of my kids.
Yeah, he thought about it.
Yeah.
Don
Well,
Bradman.
How confusing, though.
Before we
'Cause
had
it's Brad
Sonny
Mel.
Bill, our golden retriever before Sonny Bill was Sir Donald.
That's right.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Nikki's News.
Oh, I've got some big news stories for you today, boys.
Go
All
ahead.
right.
Go
Let's
ahead.
start with the biggest one. The full moon, May 2025. The full flower moon is set to bloom tonight. This month's full moon reaches peak illumination at 2:58 a.m. and is known as the flower moon to some in North America and Europe, owing to the abundant seasonal wildflower blooms that appear during this time of year, which means nothing to us because we're down under. But it does mean that the fish are biting, doesn't it, Ash?
Well, there's plenty of run in the water. Yeah.
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 I've been
Which could be
feeding
a
my
good thing.
fish out the back and they've been nummy. They're getting active.
Yeah.
You know, when a full moon's coming.
When is
Anyway.
the full moon?
I
The
know
full
that.
moon is the full moon tomorrow night.
I think
Yeah.
it is, tomorrow morning early
Yes.
in the wee hours.
Right.
So,
And what is it? A
Yeah.
flower moon?
How do the
Yeah.
fish know?
the fish just know.
Don't know.
that- and
No,
so we
when to
know.
die. No, this is the time I go up and get caught by
Yeah, no, they just somehow or other they just get active.
because of the light,
Well, it's more the can be the run in the water.
tides.
Like you get and then in 2 weeks' time you get a new moon, which there's no moon, but that gets higher tides and more run as well.
All I know is that they're hungry little hippos
Yeah.
when it's the full moon.
Are you feeding your brim out the back of your canal still?
I am, and
Yeah.
my grunters,
Yeah.
they love it. And I've got 4 stingray.
Really?
I go out every
Pretty
morning
cool.
and I feed them. I love it.
Yeah.
I feel like Moana/Ariel.
Do fisher people come and like throw lures at your jetty and stuff like that?
Yes,
try and catch
and
them? Do
I
you
shoo them away.
Oh, you're one of them.
I'm one of those.
Yes.
I'm like,
get
that's,
out of there.
no, they're my friends. Or I let the dog out because she goes and swims in the
Oh
air.
yeah,
and they-
that'd be annoying for the. That'd be annoying as well.
And the thing is, I grew up fishing, so I know what a pain in the ass I am. Anyway, moving on. Colette Hayman, Australian fashion brand Colette by Colette Hayman,
Yes,
shutting down for good after long financial battle. From Thursday, the budget retailers' stores across Australia were spotted holding flash clearance sales with discounts of 60 to 80% on all items. Some staff members who wish to remain anonymous confirmed to 7 News that the company was closing down. Staff were told on Thursday, with some stores expected to remain open until remaining stock is cleared.
How does that happen?
Here we
buys
go.
online.
Gangbusters.
Does everyone buy online now?
Well, Maya bought them. So Maya chief, Bernie Brooks, bought them in 2020 when they went into administration. However, the group announced it's entered voluntary administration, failing to save both brands from collapse.
Does Colette have a catchy jingle?
You
back
can
in the day?
ring my bell. That was Colette.
No, not that Colette.
No.
It's not Colette Dinnigan, is it?
No,
that's
she's
who I thought you meant.
She's
That
going
was-
great guns. No, Colette, I think it's more like a Blue Illusion. I think it's a slightly more mature brand. For
Yeah, but you see it everywhere. I just would have assumed they were going great guns. It's
you'd
weird.
think so, wouldn't you?
Anyway.
No, I know. So that's
Well,
sad.
rest in peace.
Yeah.
Or whatever you say when a fashion label goes down.
Bugger.
Bugger.
I think that's what you say.
Well said. All right, pick us back up. What do we got?
Okay, Jack Della Maddalena, Australian fighter
yeah.
Jack Della Maddalena has produced a masterclass display to become the UFC's new welterweight champion. Does that
that'll
sound
do.
right?
I mean, I don't know.
We've got
thing.
2 world champions now between him and the Volk. Like, that's pretty good.
Crushing
That for
it.
our country, batting above its weight.
Nice.
So he's now the third champ from Down Under after stunning the world at the UFC 315 in Montreal, Canada. Is it the 315?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, the old 315.
I'm not so good at the sports news. Anyway, the 27-year-old from Perth, a product of UFC boss Dana White's Contender Series, is now a bona fide superstar with a belt 3 years after his UFC debut in January 2022. He is now 8-0 in UFC fights.
That's pretty cool. He came from that Contender. It's like a TV show, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's as tough as all hell.
That's like coming from maths and becoming a
Yeah.
UFC champion. It's exactly the same thing.
yeah,
You know what,
reality
some of them, I
TV,
reckon
straight
it-
into the real deal.
If you let some of those maths contestants in a ring with each other, I reckon they could be
Good
underweight
scrappers.
champions.
You reckon they'd be
Right,
good
actually.
scrappers?
There'd be lashes flying everywhere. Could you imagine? Oh. So, yeah, that is exciting. Aussies are doing so well at the moment.
Yeah, and the Volk, I reckon he could be my favourite sports person at the moment.
I'm going to have to
I
get
think
on the
there's
Volk. You keep
you've
talking
gotta
about
get-
him, and I keep
Nikki,
thinking
I don't know
it's a
much about him.
vacuum.
Nikki, you would love him. He is such a character. He's as tough as all hell. He's just the greatest bloke, and some of his Instagram stuff that he does is genuinely funny. Like, there's this one Instagram post he's got of him pretending that he's a concreter on
Oh,
the,
yeah.
on the
Yeah,
work
I've seen
site.
that one, yeah.
It's hilarious. It's absolutely
Okay, so
hilarious.
what's his Instagram handle?
I don't know. He's got a cooking one too, cooking with Volk, which is really big as well. And he reckons that there's old ladies.
this?
There's old ladies. It's going so well that there's old ladies that think that that's why he's famous.
And not punching
They
people in
go,
the
"Oh,
face.
hey, cooking with Volk." They no idea that he's the champion.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Being on a property with tank water only, running low, and she said, well, let's just fill it up with the hose. Full 20 minutes trying to find my phone, and then I realised it was in my hand the whole time.
Dumbass Anonymous.
Yeah, Monday morning, good time to get things off your chest, have a bit of a moment over the last week, especially the weekend.
Do you have to dob yourself in, or can you dob someone else in?
I think it's allowed to dob other people in.
I'd love to hear people dob other people in.
Okay, I just wanted to see what the parameters are.
This isn't the cone, is it?
We can go into the cone,
Oh, right.
which is important. So
I
if
think
you-
when we take phone calls, we'll take phone calls next, we'll go into the cone for that.
Right.
But Mitch is going to be brave.
Oh,
and he
right,
reckons
Mitch is
he's been a
kicking it off.
dumbass. So
Gotcha.
you're going to kickstart it, Mitch?
I'll kick us off. So my name is Mitch, and I'm a dumbass.
Hi, man.
Hello, Mitch.
Hello. I had a moment on Saturday, driving one of my boys to sport at school, soccer on, and look, obviously been raining over the last week and a half.
Yeah.
Field's a little bit choppy, and I thought I do not want to get bogged. So I've done the right thing. I've just sort of turned off the dirt road at the back of the fields, just edged the 2 front wheels. That's all I had, just on the grass
Just
area.
some edging.
Yeah, just enough. I thought I've done the right thing here. I'm not going to get myself caught into trouble. Had him jump out of the front seat, run over. I said, "Just watch yourself. Don't get too muddy. You don't want to look like you've been playing a game. Don't fall in the mud."
Yeah.
Yeah. He gets out. He runs off. He's fine. Okay, good. Put it into reverse. off. And I'm like, okay, I'm already spinning. Okay.
Just
You're
one
a
side.
front wheel drive.
Yeah, and I do not want to, it's a bit like Toyota Kluger. It's a big car. It looks like it should be able to do more than what it was clearly doing at Saturday morning. And I thought, I need to just go. And I'm on an incline. Like, I have to go up to go back. So there's nothing I can do except to go forward a little bit, maybe get a little bit more, ground. But something a bit tough that I've been sinking into for the last 30 seconds. It did give me some leverage, but not enough. And I thought, I'm going to have to try that again. No, I'm just sinking. The only way out is to go forward to try and get out of it. Because at this stage, half of my car is hanging sort of over the dirt road, stopping all the traffic from driving through. So I have to get out of their way so they can get and drop their kids off at school and get to their games. So I go forward and just start turning back parallel to the road and trying to get through this slop and then I'm gaining a little bit of ground and then all of a sudden just done. I'm spinning and I thought, okay, well, it's all right. And I'm trying really hard in reverse, nothing. And I look over.
You're blocking off the road at the same time.
At this stage, I'm not, but even worse.
But you've got spectators now.
There was no one for probably 50 or 60 metres. That's how far away I was from the sidelines, and yet everybody, and I'm talking 200 people, are looking. So I must have been making some serious noise with trying to get out of that mud. I've got nothing. Like, I've got nothing in my car to help me. This car can't help itself. I'm by myself. And
Are people offering help at this point?
Well, after a minute or two, this other, lovely dad who's much more of a man than I am, I'm sure I've never met him, walks over and said, hey, yeah, I'm like, yeah, I have. And, we had that conversation without saying anything.
Were you happy to take his, because I just can't help but think of that. So I've been on my algorithm all week, that Instagram, the Family Guy, where he's trying to back the trailer down to get his boat out of the harbour. And he just refuses to take any help. But someone's going, it's in reverse, everything's different when you're in reverse. Shut up.
I wanted to be like that.
Things.
Yeah.
He just keeps going back and forth.
I wanted to say that to him, and he goes, look, I've got the straps. He said, look, I haven't got a car to get you out. So a second dad comes over and goes, mate, I've got a Hilux. I can get you out, but I haven't got the straps. So with these two powers combined of the two other dads, we got his truck, put the straps on. I stand there. I'm barefoot.
You've done enough already.
Standing in 6 inches of mud, wearing a white shirt, like I wasn't even prepared for any kind of mud. I don't want to get dirty. How dare I?
Well, you won't be getting out of the car, will you?
And then I asked the bloke. I said, I better make some conversation. I said, who are you here for? And he said, my son's in the 7 Cs. I went, that's my son's team. Now, there are 8 years of school, grade 5 through to 12. Yeah. There are 4 teams in each grade. I had a 1 in 32 chance of having to see this bloke every single weekend, and he just happens to be a dad in the same team.
I bet his kid was a better player than yours.
That's unfair, but yeah, genetics do say good things. So, yes, I'm a dumbass, and I was on public in front of everyone. So if you've had a moment, 13 24 10, thank you. I feel much better getting off my chest. If you would like to do the same thing, 13 24 10.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Dumbass Anonymous. Had to dob myself in a couple of minutes ago. We put the call at 13 24 10 if you want to get something off your chest and own up. Or if you want to dob someone else in, which is what, Nikki, you were particularly interested in. And
well, yes. Throw someone under a bus. I
right.
want to hear the dumbass things that they've done as well.
Now, we do want to go...
We'll still cone it because, just in case he's throwing someone under the bus.
Yeah, direct to the cone. All right, let's drop it down.
Why are there dried mangoes in here?
The Philippine-type dry mangoes.
Philippine dried mangoes.
Are they the same ones that you had from Aldi the other day, or are they different?
No, they're from Aldi. So
they're like sweet treats.
They're still good different, but they're different, good different.
Mm-hmm.
Who left them in here, though?
How
did they get in here?
I think Maddie Rowe comes in here and meditates sometimes.
Does she? That's such a Maddie Rowe thing. Yeah. She comes in and meditates.
She comes in here with dry mangoes and meditates. Yeah.
All right, let's say that to Mel out of Annalee. Yes, Mel. Now, are you dobbing yourself in, or what's you doing?
Hell no. This is my daughter.
Right.
Yeah, see, this is the thing. People are happy to talk about dumbass people.
Yeah. Just laughing.
We were driving back from the Gold Coast on the weekend, and a police targeting sign was on the side of the road, and she said, Mum, what is fat e-gooey? And I looked at her and I'm not sure what you're talking about here, babe, but saw the sign, fatigue.
Fatiguey.
I should have a job as Siri.
Driver fatiguey.
She's thinking, what are these police targeting? What is fat e-gooey?
Police are targeting driver for Tigui. Well, that's not as bad. Remember that Sam? Was it Sam Bacco? Who was it in that when the Australian rugby league team was in New Zealand? And he said,
it was Sam Bacco. Yeah,
we're going past. He goes, "Oh, these New Zealand towns have strange names. Look at this one, Takawahe." And they looked up, and it was a fish and chip takeaway shop.
Steve Roach, nonetheless.
He pulled him up on it.
What are you talking about, Sam? That's a takeaway.
So your daughter's not alone.
I'll tell her to look out for that sign.
Takeaway.
Okay, Zali out of Pimpama. Yes, Zali. Now, are you the dumbass?
I am the dumbass, yes.
All right, well, then, official protocol. Go ahead, say what you need to say.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Zali and I'm a dumbass.
Hi, Zali.
Hi, Zali.
Zali.
I lost my keys for my car, looked around everywhere, went to the car was unlocking, went back to my car. I was like, no, it's not, it's locked. Turns out they were in my pocket the entire time and the car was automatically unlocking when I was getting next to it. 30 minutes later and we found the keys in my pocket.
So
You are a dumbass. That's awesome.
So you knew they were close because you could start the car, but you couldn't find them, essentially.
Yep, no, we couldn't see. We were like looking under the car, we're looking in the garden bed, thinking I dropped them there. And my partner was going near it and he's like, they're not there. And I was like, no, they have to be. And yeah.
In your pocket.
That seems to be a once a week we get this phone call.
It's either that or sunglasses on your head. One of those. That is dumbass. That's true dumbass.
All right, Adam out of Eagle Beat. Bring it home, mate.
Hey, guys. I'm Adam and I'm a dumbass.
Hi, Adam.
Yeah, I was driving along yesterday and noticed there was a bit of dirt on my windscreen and, furiously trying to get it off. I think I went through the whole water tank under the bonnet of trying to clean my windscreen, trying to wipe it off, and it wasn't until I got home, took off my sunglasses and realised the dirt was on my glasses.
There we go, back in the sunglass territory.
Good one, Adam.
That's fantastic.
Dumbass.
Oh, hang on. I want to dob my mother-in-law in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dob her in.
You're in the cone,
Okay.
so do what you want.
Yeah, well, my mother-in-law is a dumbass. We were down on the beach down in Victoria, and the Spirit of Tasmania was going past, and she said, "Where does the Spirit of Tasmania go?"
I hope you told her something different.
And then she realised, 4 seconds later, oh, I'm a dumbass.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Our reveal piece, State of Origin 2025. Well, this is what we want to get you involved in.
As a kid growing up in Brisbane, it's all I ever dreamed about. Running out on hallowed turf of Suncorp Stadium. Over 50,000 Queenslanders screaming for you, for the maroon jersey that you work so hard to earn. The noise, it's deafening. And stepping into the Suncorp Stadium dressing room on game day is a feeling I'll never forget. Knowing all the legends that have been there in the past, a feeling that only a few people get to experience. And I never take that for granted. But now, for the first time ever, Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne are breaking down the walls and giving you access to Origin like you've never had before. Because every day between now and game day, we have your tickets to the greatest show on the planet. But that is just the beginning. Because this is Nova's Access All Origin. Most exclusive Origin experience ever offered on Brisbane Radio. And Queensland legend Darren Lockyer will tell you exactly what you can win.
Thanks, Paddy. First, we'll take you behind the scenes into the inner sanctum. You're coming along to the captain's run to watch the boys train for the final time. When we kick everyone out, you stay. Just you, your mate, and 18 Queenslanders who are preparing to do battle. Game day. Not only will you get the best seats in the house, we'll take you in an area where no one ever gets to go. The sheds. It's our quiet place, where we get into the zone before the noise of 50,000 Queenslanders bleed through our ears and into our blood. A money can't buy experience usually only reserved for those who represent our great state. But thanks to Shell V Power, the Queensland Maroons and Nova 106.9, we're throwing the doors open and giving you unprecedented access to the biggest sporting team on the globe. Behind the scenes like you've never seen before. The greatest night of the year has just gotten bigger. It's access to the Queensland Maroons like you've never seen before. It's access all origin. And the winning begins now.
Queensland! It's a miracle! Oh, yeah!
Yeah, what they said.
Yeah. What about that? Bro, break that down for me, Mitchell James. What are we talking about here, mate?
Right, well, the Tuesday, day before game, captain's run session, that is closed off. There's no media in there, nothing.
We've been there previously where it's literally, we've taken some listeners and it's just us.
It's eerie, actually, isn't it?
It is eerie.
Yeah.
I'm
Eerie's
always
the word.
thinking, how do we do this?
It feels illegal that you're in there.
It does,
Yeah.
it does. And it is kind of, there's no cameras, like you got to put your phone away at a certain point. There's rules.
It's quiet.
Yeah.
And all you can hear is the players sort of talking to each other out on the field.
You feel it, yeah.
And the stadium is empty.
Yeah.
But you can just tell something's coming.
Yeah.
You feel like part of the team.
Yeah, it's very cool.
And at Suncorp, that's going to be amazing. Then the next day, when you're gearing up, getting ready to go to the game that night, because you are scoring tickets, you get to go into the sheds and check it out. And it's all sort of decked out, ready for the players there that night.
The 4X guys usually deck it out full on. It's unreal.
So you can go through there, do your own tour, but then get some photos and your favourite player, like their lockers and things like that. They've got the shed, the training shed.
Say Cameron Munster's your favourite player. You'll be able to sit in Cameron Munster's little alcove. It's cordoned off. It's got his name there, his jersey number, and his locker all ready to go. You'll be able to get a picture.
And that's the inner sanctum. You get to watch them on like training pre-game on TV, and they're running drills. That's where everyone gets to go. Then there's the inner sanctum, and that's where you'll get to go through, have the shed tour on game day. And then it's the Westpac Clubhouse ticket. So there's a big event, Mad Monday. So 2 days before the game, you get this Mad Monday event. Tuesday trivia. So you get to go to the captain's run session and the Tuesday trivia event on the Tuesday. Then you get to go to the sheds, and then there's another game day event all before you get to go to the game on Wednesday night, May 28th.
And those tickets are double silver passes to that first game. Origin 1, 28th of May at Suncorp.
Access all origin. So we are going to play this at some random time during the show today.
Queenslander.
Paddy Carrigan saying Queensland.
That's
You
it.
can't miss it.
Right,
Give us a call. First one through will score that silver double pass. You are getting tickets. At the very least, you get through your winning tickets to
That's
Origin.
me up
And
that
then,
piece.
then when do they win the big shebang? So you win silver tickets if you get through when Paddy Carrigan says Queenslander.
Yep.
And then when do we announce the big one?
Friday. There will only be 5 people in the draw, and we're going to pull someone's name out, and they will get the Access All Origin passes. That's happening on not even May 28, May 26, 27, and 28, including the captain's run and the shed tour on game day.
And this comp's going up until game day, isn't it?
Yeah, we're keeping it going. Next couple of weeks, we're 16 days away from the game. 2 weeks from when all these tickets start getting you into some exclusive events. Ash Lutteral and Nikki Osborne's Access All Origin. You listen out for Paddy Carrigan yelling Queenslander on the show today. And first one through scores themselves a silver double pass and in with a chance to win Access All Origin.
The Ash Lutteral and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Queensland! It's a miracle! Oh, yeah!
Access all origin.
Well, we just told you about it, and we're already getting you in the draw. Nice early one with Paddy
Straight
Carrigan.
out.
I missed it.
Yelling out Queenslander!
What do you do during the song?
Just over the song,
I
yeah.
had my headphones
Can happen at
on.
any moment.
So it doesn't have to be when we're on air. It could be
Nope.
when a song's playing, in an ad break, could be anything.
That's it. It's all happening. You've got to be listening out. Paddy Carrigan screaming out Queenslander, and it will get you in the draw for our Access All Origin.
How exciting.
It's huge. Huge.
So Scott out of Kapalaba, mate, I think I'd be accurate in saying that I think you've just secured the first 2 tickets to State of Origin 2025 in town.
Queenslander.
I'm going to give you the dong, mate.
Give him the dong.
I can't believe it.
Silver
That's
passes too.
They're good
Oh.
seats.
Yeehaw.
You guys are awesome. Thank you, Nova.
Yeah, I mean, that prize alone is like hands
Oh,
down.
yeah. It's huge. Yeah.
What?
Incredible
Because
prize.
we get silver. I think we get silver passes too. So you'll be with us. So
Oh, amazing.
maybe
That's
not
gonna be
directly
so good.
next to us, but in
No,
the same
directly
vicinity.
next to Nikki. That's really
Oh, that's incredible, guys.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then,
mate.
and then be listening. Well, be listening all the time, but make sure you're definitely
we never
listening
don't
on
listen.
Friday because we're going to announce whether or not you get the Access All Origin.
Yeah, you don't want to be this.
Amazing.
You got a 1 in 5 chance.
Amazing. That is amazing. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Nova.
Are you a Queenslander?
Absolute Queenslander through and through.
Oh, thank goodness.
Because sometimes when we do this sort of deal, some blues sneak in.
Yeah.
Oh, can't let them get in.
We can't have that. Can we just take the tickets back off them if we
We
find
want
out
to.
they're New
Apparently
South
we're not
Wales
allowed to.
supporters?
We try.
And why would you want
Really?
Why would you want to be, if you're a blue, to get into the sheds and
Exactly.
be surrounded by the people you're not going for? Don't bother.
Good point.
To heckle and be an ass.
No.
Exactly.
Idiots.
Well, Queenslander,
Behind
thanks so
enemy
much,
lines.
guys.
Cheers, bro.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Scotty.
you're
Thanks, mate.
welcome, Scott.
All thanks to our mates at Shell V-Power. They cheer on the Mighty Maroons when they take on New South Wales. They are fueling Queenslanders. And you've got plenty of chances all week to get in the draw, win yourself silver double pass, and be in the draw to win Access All Origin, a trip into the Captain's Run session and the Shed Tour on game day, and a whole lot more.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
I actually, even though yesterday was Mother's Day, I actually went over to my dad's at some point and did a bit of a visit with my old man. And he lives on a property where he's got 2 horses, and his horses are like their children. Like Elise is, like she's out there every morning. She cleans the stables, and they're going at each other. It seems like the 2 horses are going at each other at the moment. And I'm not a horse guy. Like horses, they kind of freak me out. The only time I've ever had anything to do with a horse was my uncle when I was a kid. He had horses up at Mount Nebo, but they were sort of old horses, and I'd get to sit on Pegasus, and he'd walk Pegasus along, and I'd sit on Pegasus' back, and even then,
The chance of an incident are fairly low with Pegasus.
Yeah, but it was still
other than it literally dying while you're on it and crushing you.
It's still scary though. Like when I walk up the hill and you're sitting on this thing that's like, what do they weigh? 500 kilo a horse?
Probably more. I don't even know. But like
Wait, have you met
fun.
Pegasus, Luttsy?
No, but he's telling me about Pegasus.
Yeah, he's
before.
an old- he was
we've all
older.
been there when you were young. They'd literally walk you around on a horse. But there's nothing. Unless you're I'm watching that bloody Netflix series at the moment.
Oh, are you enjoying it?
Which is fantastic about the American
the
racing.
Kentucky Derby.
Kentucky Derby and the triple crown.
Yes.
But when you watch that sort of gear, Nikki, it gives you an insight into the dangers of being a jockey. Like the way they ride these, they're basically on top of something that
horses are
weighs as much as a
hectic.
motor car. Like
They're the
there's nothing-
gutsiest. They're the gut. Their courage is underrated.
There's nothing
jockeys.
fun about getting
No.
on a thoroughbred racehorse, like a fully, like it's dangerous.
And they're jumping on it with hardly any, like, it's not like a big saddle or anything.
No,
Like they're
they're-
sing on next
it's
to
like they're
nothing.
balancing on
Yes.
top of the thing. Like it's crazy.
I was thinking about that yesterday, going, I don't even know how they get up onto the horse.
It's absurd.
And I was standing next to the horse yesterday, and I had my runaway bait jacket on.
And this is an ex-thoroughbred. This is
It's an ex-racehorse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's terrific what they do these days, looking after
Yeah,
them, by the way.
ex-racehorse. And it's got its head right next to me. And one thing I remember about the horses is they go, the thing about horses is they can smell fear. Have you ever heard that?
Yes,
So don't be afraid.
Oh, easy.
And Dad goes, just be careful of Finn. He'll nibble at you. Well, Finn's got these lips, right? And
Finn's got these lips.
His lips start coming in. I'm thinking it's like freaking out about the colour of my jacket because I was wearing
What are you wearing?
a Runaway Bay Seagulls jacket, but it was kind of like it's red, white, and blue colours of the club, and I'm like, is it starting to skits out about like it's coming, it's right here, and its lips are going. Look, and all I could see was its teeth.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever noticed the size of a horse's teeth before. Have you ever seen how big
they're huge? Yeah.
They have got their teeth.
Yeah.
Their teeth are huge, and they got like a top and
2 inches long.
top and a bottom. I'm like, this thing could rip my
This
face
is a whole
off.
level of fear
It
of
could
horses
rip my
that I've
face
never
off.
comprehended.
Yeah, and he's nibbling kind of at my shoulder like he's and Dad's going, don't be afraid, he'll smell your fear. And I'm going, well, I am afraid. And I don't care what it can smell right now. I just had to get the hell away. I completely skitzed out. And
that would have helped.
Luttsy, as I went like this, I pushed away.
Yeah,
because
it would have balked.
I was freaking out. Then it's moved its head.
Yeah.
And it's like, it missed me by that much.
Yeah.
That it was like, if that had connected with me,
It's a horse.
it
and
would
then-
have knocked me unconscious.
Its head's bigger than Mitch. It's like they're huge heads.
Their
Like,
heads
but
are
wings-
massive,
I
and their
think wings-
muscle on them.
I don't know whether it was the jockey or the trainer with wings, but it's like full on. After one of the big races, they went in to hug it. Might have been the jockey. And it's gone, bang, headbutt. It's gone, get off me, mate.
That'd be nothing to the horse
They
either.
don't
I kind of hug like that.
What's
That's
that?
what you do.
I kind of hug like I'm not much of a hugger. When people come to hug me, I kind of bam them
you
as
are
well.
a bit that way. You'll throw the head around a bit and get those chompers out.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Do you know who else is on fire at the moment? Our Australian Eurovision Song Contest dude.
Oh, when's all that happening?
That's kicking off tomorrow. So it kicks off tomorrow, and then the final. Well, I'm going to tell you all about it. You know, obviously everyone goes in with their big ballads and it's all a bit weird. Well, our Aussie guy, Gojo, that's what he's known as. Imagine Benson Boone mixed with a bit of the darkness. Like he performs in like a Benson Boone blue kind of unitard. He's got a great body. He's got the mo, and he's got the kind of blowout fade hairdo. You know, the alpaca.
Yeah. So he looks like Benson
sporting
Boone.
that. Pretty much, yeah. But he's taking it seriously, but he's not. He's created a song that I think is going to have like a cult following. It's kind of, I feel like I should just play it for you to give you an idea. But he's called the Milkshake Man. Have we got it?
You can call me the milkshake man. I want to shake and make the whole world dance. They drink my milk all across the land. I can tell you want a taste of the milkshake man. I can tell you want a taste of the milkshake man. I can tell you want a taste of the milkshake man.
But it's got a really
That's kind
cool.
of catchy.
Yeah, I got it.
It is
and it's
catchy.
memorable. You'll remember it.
Yeah, you will remember the Milkshake Man because you won't remember someone with some, proper name.
Yeah.
So who is he? Who is he again? Like because we
Well,
kind of,
He's Gojo.
it seems like we kind of.
You can tell you want a taste of the milkshake,
He's a bit like
man.
Sia.
It's a catchy one.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he? Like Kate Miller-Heidke was, and we've had Guy did he? Kate Miller-Heidke.
No, Jess Malboy did.
But I'm saying
I
that
think.
we've
Oh, no, Guy
you
did,
saying?
didn't he?
we've used our established, in inverted commas, stars as our Euro person. Where this,
Yeah.
I'm more keen on some random.
Yeah.
And this guy sounds like a bit more of a rando that's coming out and doing it.
Yeah. And
Well,
that's a
he's
total
not as
random
rando
song.
as you would think.
Well, no
'cause
one's heard of him.
I just did some research on him. Well, Gojo isn't his name either, right? So he's kind of playing a bit of a seer where no one actually knows who he is. But I do know that he's written Milkshake Man with one of our own, Amy Shepherd.
Oh, from Amy, you're from Shepherd.
really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So she's
That's blue,
helped
that's
write.
blue hair from Shepherd. For everyone
Yes,
playing along
the
at
blue
home.
hair.
We see
bird.
her. She's at Function Well all the time.
Yes.
Well, isn't she married to Lachlan?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
married to Lachlan.
Yeah.
who we had on, who did the marathons.
Who ran all the marathons.
58 marathons in the 50 states of the US and the 8 states of Australia in 58 days.
So he's working, but have you got any intel on who this guy actually is?
Oh, I'm trying to.
Is he a Brizzy boy? He might be a Brizzy boy too. If he's
I'd
working
say
with
he
Amy.
is a Brizzy boy because when you write a song, usually write a song with someone who you hang out with and gig with.
Well, let's get on the let's get on to Amy and see what's going on there.
Yeah, we should find out more about him
We
because
should.
he's quite mysterious. He went for a writing camp for 2 days with Shepherd and Jason Bovino, and they wrote 20 songs, which Gojo described as one of the funnest sessions we've ever done. Obviously.
It's a fun song, Milkshake Man. I'm all over it.
There's one bit at the start, he goes, I say, do, you say, I don't know what they're saying, but it's really cool. And so I think the crowd will get involved as well.
I like it. Nick's just suggested it should become my golden retriever, Sonny Bill's new theme song, and I'm all for that
The
too.
Milkshake Man.
The Milkshake
Oh,
Man.
yes, because he's got, Sonny's got the milkshake walk.
Yes, he does.
And if you do know anything about Gojo 132410, just give us a call and let us know. Some intel.
Fill us in.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Now, we all know that anything live, particularly live radio, anything can go wrong at any moment. And, people judge you on your reaction. Like before my mic failed, I sounded like a robot, I got cut off, and you guys handled it beautifully. And TV's the same, anything live stand-up, you can be shown up. Not so much because of what can happen, it's how you respond to things where you can get seriously judged. For example, this has just happened to a news anchor on Fox News over the weekend. There was a commentator, Cameron Kinsey. She was talking about ideologies or something, and then started to blank out, and then she just fainted and fell off a chair at the desk.
Yeah, so
and this was
they're both on the desk, right? Like
they're both on the desk, a bit like Anchorman style.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
he's
yeah.
right. He's right there next to her. And he's kind of narrating it as she's going down. He's going, oh, there she goes. Oh, dear. And he hasn't moved. Hang on, let's play the audio now.
Ideology, or it's not about.
Oh my goodness. We're just going to get some help here for Cameron. Let me come back to Lydia while we get some help for Cameron here. Lydia, the President, we're going to go to a break right here. We'll be right back.
Yeah, you think, Jonathan Hunt? You think?
I
Firstly,
he didn't move. He was going to get the other woman to make a comment about whatever dopey topic they were talking about.
In what world is it more interesting to the audience now when you've just had someone blank out and fall on the floor?
And he was close enough to actually...
Like help?
Actually save her from hitting the floor. He could have actually propped her up and held her.
He could have at least got off his
grabbed the microphone out of her hand and passed it to Lydia so that she could answer the question.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
So we were talking earlier about the Fox News reporter who fainted on air and the response of her co-anchor, which was nothing. He wanted to keep on going on with the news. It reminded me of a play when I was in the UK. Jeremy and I went to see one of our friends' plays, and she kind of warned us. She said, oh, look, it's still finding its feet. It was a farce. And we've turned up. It's a big theatre. It's about half full of nanas. And then the play began, and we're about 15 minutes in, and it's just not funny. It's just not happening at all. And then one of the lead actors then tripped, and he's broken his ankle on stage.
For real?
And for real. So they've kind of put curtains down. He's staggered off, and then we're all sitting there, and then we're all thinking, oh, thank God we get to go early. And then the announcer says over the PA system, our lead actor's broken his ankle. We may have to end the show, but just give us another 5 minutes. So we've got our fingers crossed that we're out. And then they come back and they said, no, he believes he can go on with the show. We're going to continue on. And then the curtains open. Now, all of a sudden, this lead character is in a wheelchair. And his legs stuck out the front, covered in ice packs. And he's never operated a wheelchair before. And all of a sudden, this play got really, really funny because he kept banging into the set. He kept swinging around and knocking the other cast members with his sore leg. And then he's going, ow! And then it just ended up being the best play ever.
A great
farce. It just reminded me of, this guy on air on Fox. Like, it's really the making of you, how you handle a situation. Yeah. Like Amy Schumer, she's famous for doing her stand-up special while seriously ill during pregnancy, and she was puking throughout the show into her bucket. I've had a show where, when you get...
She was puking like she had
throughout her stand-up special.
Oh my God!
On the side of the stage, and she'd sneak off. But I was doing a live show in Adelaide once, and when you get that kind of unbearable tickle in the back of your throat, and it kind of makes you cough and gag and do all of that, and you really need to gargle water to make it go away. Yeah. That happened to me mid-show, and it ended up being the best bit of my show, sadly, because it was so funny that I could not speak. I was coughing and gagging. It ended up becoming a bit of a porn star deep throat thing. But
that's where she's taken, obviously.
That's where it had to go. I had no option.
That's where my head went.
I think I ended up. I can't say it. What time? Podcast. I won't say it. No, podcast. But the things. Let's just say. What you did. The mic and the two water bottles.
She's going
anyway,
okay,
you get the picture.
Yeah, we do. We sure do.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.